hearty welcome and pleasure to have you with us. We have got a very distinguished guest. We have got Dr. Sanjeev Chaturvedi ji, Advisor, India, Uzbekistan Entrepreneurship Development Center. And we request him, what could be the relationship between education and entrepreneurship? और इन दोनों को आज हम थ्रू द लेंस ऑफ ईडीआई आपके देखना चाहें, जो भी आप देखना चाहें, जिस तरीके से भी, but it is entirely up to you now. Next 1 hour, sir, it is yours.
Thank you, Colonel Sharma. It's always a pleasure to be on this forum, this platform, which you have provided to all of us. But before I talk about my theme, I had a chance to interact for many years in Punjab and Haryana, and later where my present EDII is there in Gujarat. So the whole mindset of the students, of the people there is to do business, become an entrepreneur, create more jobs. And we have always heard that sometime we get a report from many industry associations or stalwarts of industry, including some of the legends of our industry corporates, that almost 80 to 82% of our engineers or MBA students are not employable. So that becomes a very alarming figure, that we are creating a crowd which is not employable. So that's why the skill and entrepreneurship and of course the mindset change has to come now. And I'm very fortunate that I'm working with EDII, which is there since 1983. It's Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, based at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And it was started in 1983, and with the support of the government of Gujarat and some bankers, mainly from ICSI and IDBI. But later many banks joined, many Gujarat schemes also joined for creating entrepreneurs through our institute. So now, as I was telling yesterday also, I'm very happy to announce that we are going to start the 25th batch of our MBA program, of PGDM program as we call it. So you can see the legacy that since almost now 25 years we are creating entrepreneurs, when no other institute or universities in India even thought of starting such 2 years program. So we are the first in not only in India but also focusing entirely on entrepreneurship, maybe perhaps one of the top 3 in the Asian region at that time also. Now you see that every university, maybe the new ones and also some of the existing ones, have started their new program in entrepreneurship. But 25 years back, it was not there. So we take pride in that. And if you see our past history of our success rate, so every year, whenever suppose 100 students bid for business plan, for I would say funding or some financial help, 85% plus is our success rate at the end of the second year. That is one I would say the milestone. Second milestone is we take another survey after 3 years, that how much our students have created wealth or created employment or created business after 3 years. Because we believe that if any organization is can survive for 3 years, they can survive longer, maybe 5 years, 10 years, maybe 20 years. So that is the success rate after 3 years is 78%. So that is also almost like a distinction if we carry the marks itself. And you will be very surprised that the best part of our institute was that we were also the first institute in India to start the family business program. Because we thought that it is very important that we create not only the new entrepreneurs or new entrepreneurship creators, but also the business families which are there and their children want to expand or diversify, bring new machines, new technology. And there is no problem of funding, but there is a problem of knowledge and expertise. So that's why we thought of starting the family business. Now, many institutes also have these family business programs. Another important support system which we get is that we have around more than 2,500 alumni. We were initially the batch of only 60. Now we are having a batch of 120. So still we have an alumni which is very, very active with our present students, uh, sharing their experiences, sharing their knowledge, supporting our students throughout the year. So we have a very, I would say, vibrant mentoring system where three mentors do mentoring to a one student. One is the faculty who is on in constant touch with the student on a day-to-day basis, and second is the industry person or expert. Suppose anybody wants to start a um, uh, any particular business, so we find a corporate person or industry person to mentor. And third is the alumni, if they have the same business or same sort of business verticals. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि the best part is that not only the faculty is teaching, we also learn from these mentoring systems, but also the industry is also bringing in the changes which they think will come in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. They also become a part of this business plan. And third is the alumni, which gives a lot of idea how to not only make the business plan, but also how to survive in the present competitive world. So these three pillars of mentoring is also very unique to EDII, which uh, actually makes the success of the business plan, which we were saying that it is a 85% plus. And we also take pride in telling about the incubator. Cradle is the name of our incubator, where we not only invite our people who wants the financial help in this incubator, but also we invite a competition called Impisario, which is in the month of February every year, and except the last 2 years because of the COVID, where it is an open competition where any team can come or any individual can come and they can present their business plan to they can pitch their plan to the business, uh, I would say vertical people who are in the business vertical, and also bankers, and of course Gujarat government representatives. So this incubator, we have a capacity of 70 participants at one point of time, and after this they go a rigorous training and handholding for next 3 years by our faculty, mentors, and of course the financier who is helping the particular business plan. Just to give you an idea how this works, in 2019, there was one student who wanted to start a distillery plant. So distillery is basically a very big company, and we always think that um, uh, if you go to various hotels, you find that distillery is there. So he thought of that, why should not I start a business, a water purifier plant, which can take out the distilled water, and any company can come, and including the hotels, the restaurants, or corporate, or any event also, which can put the label on that, but it has to be chargeable. You will be surprised that despite COVID, he is now having in 2 years 50 lakhs of business, and out of 50 lakhs he has a profit of about 7 to 8 lakhs, and he's just 25 to 26 years old student. And he says that once the COVID situation improves, my turnover is going to be 5 times more. Now, who is coming to have these bottled plants? Of course, we have to ensure that all licensing and pollution control and everything is licenses are intact. So, who are coming to this student? All restaurants which are there, they can't put a distillery plant or a water purifier plant at their end. So they are coming. Some of the corporates are coming, and you will be surprised that even some of the major events which take place uh, in Gujarat, they are coming for and they give the labels to the student and they print it. Either they can print or they can give to student that, okay, this is the label I want on my bottles. So this is was a very unique, I would say, label putting on a Bisleri bottle. I always use Bisleri, but it is a water purifier for drinking water. And so this is a plant which was costing at that time 22 lakh rupees. And he got a loan of almost 18 lakh rupees. And now he's paying the EMI on his own just in 1.5 year. And also he's earning profit of about 5 to 6 lakhs. So that is the concept of understanding the mentoring, because this mentoring always give you an idea what is happening in the business and the market itself. Another vertical where we are working at EDII is the government policies. Now, there, if you remember that earlier we used to call people handicapped, but when honorable minister came, he said that no, they are not handicapped, they are divyang. So they have ability with different, I would say, features. So the Gujarat government started a divyang policy, and they said that we don't want to give any loans or not only not loans, but we don't want to give cycles or cash or some subsidy to divyang people, but we want that they should stand on their own. So you will be very, very happy to note that in 2018 we started this divyang policies entrepreneurship program, where we trained the young people, and we started having a regular visit to their units, to their offices. And in December first week, it was 3rd of December, when we celebrate the Divyang Divas, as we call it. uh, Almost more than 100 Divyang people put up their stalls in EDII, and the Gujarat minister came, and they shared, and they were very happy to see that in 2 years they are producing something. Some of them are doing very good business, some are struggling because of COVID, and they were happy, and they sanctioned another 2 crore rupees for this financial year to create more Divyang entrepreneurs. So government policy is also there, but also we have to see that we don't make them dependent on anybody, but we want to see them that they are independent and they are self-sustaining businesses. So that was a very big milestone for EDII, and also very personally satisfactory for all of us. And then we talk about the another event which we call Impresario, which I have talked yesterday also, that whenever a student comes, on day one, we start this session of milestones. Now, what is milestone? That every semester we have a tri-semester system in EDI. So every semester, that is 6 times in 2 years, one has to create a particular business plan, and also to make it actionable on the uh, on the event, on the event of impresario, which means what? That when we are coming on the first day, the student, we ask them, okay, in next 1 month, you tell us that what is your idea of business, what you want to do after 2 years. So they are confused, they do not know what to do, and maybe they have 5 6 ideas. Then in the second month we say that, okay, out of these 5 6 ideas or 10 ideas, shortlist it to 3 of them, and we discuss with them along with the mentors. Then in the third month, we say, okay, now out of three, only one is, I think we should focus on that. So this way, every month there is a milestone which has to be finished by the student along with the mentors. So when we say milestone, it means not only what you are thinking, but also what is your action plan, and it is all documented that you join in July, August this much, September this much, October this much, November this much. So whole 2 years we have 24 milestone one has to uh, cover as a business plan. And of course, at the end of the 24th month, we have this impresario almost at the end of 24 months. Another important thing is that we believe that uh, a business has to be not only a good business for like profit making, but also very good for creating social impact. So in this scenario, we started a PG program on social entrepreneurs. You will be surprised that we thought that we got a AICT approval of 60 students, and we thought maybe in the first year will not get more than 10 students, because we were late in due to COVID in late in marketing that program. But almost 40 students out of 60 seats came in the first batch, and from second year onwards we started full 60 batch, and most likely next year we are going to start with 120 batch, student batch. Now, what this social entrepreneurship, the people are different from business plan. Many students believe that uh, some of them are very from rich families, or they have good businesses. They think they should also do something for the social and society and give back to the society. So we create a special environment, special industry interaction, special mode of traveling to various locations. And these areas are environment, energy, solar energy, water harvesting, and of course, some of them are even in the forestry department, how to save flora and fauna. So all these things are part of their social impact which they want to create in. Or some of the students also started recently, I was told when I was in December first week last year, that they have created help old age homes, because many Gujaratis, their young people or daughters and sons are outside India. They are doing business. They can't come to India very regularly, and due to COVID restrictions also, they got a lot of restriction traveling to India. So all these things, they have created a helplines for ambulances for COVID. During COVID, they did a very good. All these people combined together, despite their business plans or their own plans. They combined together, created a COVID testing and COVID helpline system, seeing the pandemics in Gujarat. In fact, EDII was also one of the center for COVID, where COVID patients were there. So we have around 120 rooms in EDII, where we have international and national standards of, I would say, rooms, where all these social students who are in the social entrepreneurship program, they gave services without any charges to to us or to the government. In fact, government was ready to give charges to us as a part of COVID financial help by the government, but these students never charged a single pie. So this is the philosophy of these social impact students who want to give back to society, help people, even some of them have started a animal helpline. So just to give you an example, during 2000 early 20s, before the COVID hit us, they started a animal mobile van, so anybody can call this helpline number and tell that, okay, one dog is hit or one cow is hit by car, or there is a dead body of a cow, or a dog or any other animal, and they will arrange for right from picking up this animal, treating them, or if the animal is dead, then they will take municipal corporation approval and also go for the funeral, and a very honorable for funeral of the animals. So all these things are also a part of entrepreneurship, which is also, we thought, has to be funded by somebody, because you cannot run a program or a business plan without the funding. So there are many angel investors who are not only from India but outside India also. We are connected with them, and then they invest in these social causes. So that is one more program which we launched, and it is giving more satisfaction to us, to be very honest, than our regular program. Now I come to one another unique example of our student who has created lot of business across the world and also in Central Asia. So I had a chance to meet him very recently, last year, when Uzbekistan opened their um, boundaries for having exhibitions. But now I think again COVID is spreading, so I'm not sure about this year. So there was one student. I got a call from my Director General, Dr. Sunil Shukla, that Sanjeev, one our old alumni, old student is coming. Can you meet him? I said yes, sir. It will be my pleasure. So I went to this machinery and equipments exhibition in Tashkent itself, and I was surprised to note that he is only making wheels for large luggages. It can be hospital trolleys, it can be luggage what we carry, it can be any wheels, small wheels, where a lot of factory machines are being taken from one point to another point. And he said that, so I was discussing with him that how do you get this idea of making wheels for containers, for luggages or trolleys or small equipments. He said that earlier, if you remember, sir, he was a batch from 2006-7. So he said about 10-15 years back, we used to hold our luggage in hand, and there was no system of wheels at that point of time, especially in India. So I started thinking, and there was some luggages in international, I would say, market where they had wheels also. So he thought, why I should not bring these wheels to India? And now, so he started that. Sorry. And now he is having almost, one sec, I'll just take a water. And
It's going on so well. It's going on so beautiful. I just want to take a note. So I wanted that, I should just hand over to Dr. Shilpi Mohan ma'am, our advisor. She can take care of the things. And meanwhile, I'll just keep taking the notes also.
Definitely. He is giving such incredible inputs.
Yes.
Please, Professor, please carry on.
Yeah. Thank you. I have a bad throat, so I will be taking small intervals also.
No issues at all,
So,
no issues.
so he started making wheels for Indian luggage manufacturers, and almost now he has a 80% of market in the luggage in industry in India, and he has a total turnover of 40 crores. This is excluding exports. And in Central Asia, he is doing for hospitals, making wheels for um, factories. You can say where you carry a lot of material from one point to another point. And he is in Uzbekistan and Central Asia for the last 10 years. And he says that now I am getting around 5 to 6 crores of order every year from Central Asia and adjoining some of the East European countries. So, see, a small idea of creating something which is unique and which can solve the problem of the masses. So, one is the unique idea, and second is the maximization of that product. So, both is very important. So, and this require a lot of not only market survey but also how you will compete in the market, what price, what is your unique selling point, and of course, very importantly, why people should buy from you that particular product. So this was another very eye opener, at least to me, that how a small thing can make good businesses, and that too in long run. So almost now uh, 14, 15 years he has been doing this business. Another thing which I want to share with you at this platform is that we can have lot of business plan which becomes successful in long run. We have seen my seniors also, my director general also have seen that many old alumni are doing very good in their businesses, and they are having and especially in Gujarat, the tile industry is becoming very, very popular after Rajasthan. So some of them are having turnover of 200 crores, 300 crores. But we become more happy when we see that a new entrepreneur creates something new and then he becomes successful. So in that way, if you see the COVID era, one of my students, and her name was Shalini Gupta, started this 5 layer mask in Gujarat with khadi. So it was a very amazing thing to start within a month when we started having this khadi with this mask, and very, very transparent, very easy to breathe, but 5 layers, and it was well treated by medicines, and all sanitization also took place. And within 1 month, this girl started selling this mask. They started at the our college level. Then we promoted them to some societies in Ahmedabad, and slowly we introduced her to some of the hospitals and Gujarat government. And within 1 year, she had a total turnover of more than 75 lakhs, because she also started creating a website, sending it to other on Amazon or Flipkart or all those things. So 75 lakh in 1 year business is a tremendous, and also it is the emergency. So it created lot of satisfaction, and I would say lot of pride in such businesses where you not only earn profit but you also give back to the society. So that becomes one of the important part of the our EDI success stories. Another thing which I want to share is that since I always say that in EDII we don't have any placement week, or we can't say that our last batch 1 crore rupees was the highest, I would say, package our student got. Like many university do that institution also. So what we do our branding is that how much success rate is of our business plan getting funding and entering into business after 2 years, and of course after 3 years how many of them have survived. And I must share with you that there is no other entrepreneurship institute or university which can comes even half of what we have been doing. And this is not just because we are good, but also our selection process of the student is very good. Sometime you will be surprised that out of 120 students we select only 100 students, and we get application of more than 5,000, 6,000. So our selection is that we are not here to earn per seat by the students, but we want to see that our students are successful businessmen and entrepreneurs. And sometime there is a question mark from AICT that why you have not filled all the 120 seats despite having so many of application, because we have to furnish all these things. So I said, used to say that no, the students does not want to come here to become a businessman, but they want to take admission and maybe join their family business. So we are not looking for, unless until they have a very clear idea what they want to do after joining their family businesses. So sometime out of 120, 105, 106 students are only recruited or get admitted. So perhaps we are the first institute which does not fill all the seats despite the applications. And we are very, very selective in, because ultimately whatever is your input will be your output. So that becomes a big challenge for, and we really focus on each student. For us, no gender, no caste, no religion is important. Every student is equal in that way. uh, Recently, I would like to share two more things. When we started this center in Uzbekistan, that our center was opened in 2018, but because of some administrative and financial issues at MEA and later COVID, we could start this center in 2020, almost November. So almost now we are more than one year old. So when we came here, we found there were two big challenges. Of course, I have discussed that. One was the language part, and second was that the quality of entrepreneurs was not as good as we thought, because our economy is more mature if we compare it to the Central Asian economy. Uh, but the good part of Uzbekistan was that the people are honest. They want to really uh, of course earn money, but they also want to do something very good in their life. So that is the plus point of the Central Asia. And so what we thought was, after 2 3 meetings every month, we I used to meet the ambassador and also online with the faculties in India and experts in India. They said that we should have some training program online, unless until these restrictions are there, which can be interpreted by some of the experts here in Uzbekistan. So we in chamber selected 25, um, I would say, new entrepreneurs, and we connected each these entrepreneurs to one or two people in India. And that was the one of the best success story, I would say, in the last 1 year plus, that all 25 of them have started their new businesses or diversified, or they have people technical support system are getting from India. And I think this was one of the mandate both of Uzbek government and also Indian government, to find something very, very useful which can actually change the entire scenario of entrepreneurship in India and also in Uzbekistan. Sorry, with the support of India in Uzbekistan. And you will be very surprised that all these 25 entrepreneurs, uh, we were able to create more than 310 jobs for PG students. Some of them were technical, some of them were MBA students. So not only creating successful entrepreneurs, but also job creation is also one of our hidden agenda, I would say, because unless until you have people who are good, running good businesses, jobs cannot be created, and that is true in India also. Now we are coming with we did 2 3 market surveys here for Indian entrepreneurs. One was on the basmati rice. Only day before yesterday, we had the head of basmati rice from Punjab association. So he was telling we are making the best basmati, producing the best basmati rice from India. So we did a market survey of basmati rice because that is also a Central Asian dish of pulao where they can use this basmati rice. We did another market survey recently on the handicraft exchange between Indian entrepreneurs and Uzbek entrepreneurs. We also did a small survey on buffalo meat because buffalo meat is some there. It was mainly going to Russian market, but now there is some restriction. So Central Asia also eat buffalo meats, and there are huge demand in East European and countries, and also Central Asia. So these type of surveys we also do for new entrepreneurs in Uzbekistan and also new entrepreneurs in India, so that if anybody is interested, they can join hands. And we were supposed to take about 50 um, uh, delegation of 50 entrepreneurs on 25th of January this year, just next week. But because of COVID, I'm not sure, because the president of all Central Asian countries are going there for 26 January. But still, we have a full preparation of taking these 50, 25 plus 25 old business people to a delegation of 50 entrepreneurs and businessmen to India as a part of this center. So, and it is fully funded by the government of Uzbekistan and through Chamber of Commerce, where I am having my office. So, these type of actual action and actual, I would say, results makes you more satisfying. And we always say that apart being professor, you have to be also practitioner, that what you teach in the class should also be seen in the field. So that is why we feel very much satisfied when we find that some of the students who enrolled as just with no ideas or lot of many ideas or confusion, when they pass out after 2 years, then we have they are budding entrepreneurs to take the market. uh, One last thing which I also want to share is the Itech program. uh, um, um, Dr. Shilpi may also be knowing that Itech program is very popular in India, where a lot of Central Asian students, also practitioners, experts, faculty, they also come for different Itech programs, especially from Central Asia and also from African countries. So last year, the ITech program was online. So we discouraged, in fact, although there was a lot of application in Indian embassy, but we discouraged in chamber to take online, because once you take a admission in ITech program, then there is some restriction for some years. You cannot take another program. So we told them that if you actually want to go and see Indian industry, you may apply this year in 2022, so that you can actually visit India, stay there for 2 3 months, and also see which industry is doing there, and can you bring those industry to Uzbekistan, or maybe some industry to back to India. So ITech program is again a very big bridge between the Central Asian countries and India entrepreneurs. And when I was with National Institute of MSME at Hyderabad, there also ITech students used to come, And we were very happy that before going back with, and they were very, very sharp also, that these Central Asian countries students used to take to have some type sort of tie-up or MOU or agreement within 3 months. So that is the beauty of this ITech program, that not only the policymakers or the students or professor, but also the actual practitioners or actual entrepreneurs or actual businessmen, they take this opportunity in going to India and creating some joint ventures or partnership, or maybe export import, technology transfer, training, etc., which is also part of skills, which is also part of entrepreneurship, and of course, ultimately, everything comes down to education. So ITech is one of the MEA is one of the best flagship program which I have come across over the years, and I think it has got its own glory, where we can have a success stories in maybe hundreds or thousands, where people from Central Asia and Africa have created their new entrepreneurship. So I would like to end here. I have another 10 minutes, I think, but uh, if there is anything I can elaborate more, then I will be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. It was such a wonderful insight which you have given to all of us. I've got few things to share with you. I think everybody should love their country. Everybody should love their city. Everybody should love their soil. Lot of things you have given to us. How from the family business initially things started way back 1983 you took us, and then you mentioned that 25th program something which is taking place, and then over here the cradle which you made a mention. Would you be kind enough to devote a minute on cradle, sir?
Yeah, Cradle is an incubation center. So what we do is that many times students say, "Sir, I don't have money to start my own office or my own unit, despite some investment." So then what we do is that Cradle has, you can say, 70 cabins in one of our buildings. So 70 cabins is like it's like a office for these 70 students. Some are our students, some are who apply through Impresario, which I mentioned in this event. Now, when after 2 years, the students start sitting in that center, there are some common facilities in these incubation centers, like telephones with extended numbers of their cabin, emails, internet, um, printing, photocopy, and all of these are free to students for next 3 years.
Okay.
If they want to, yeah, if they want to leave after 2 years or 1 year, that okay, no sir, I am now happy, I can start my own office at my own place, that is fine. But our contract with each student is for 3 years.
Wonderful.
So what we find is that usually student shift to their own offices or their family places, units, after 2 years. So we can have more rotation. So that is one of the wonderful thing is that despite the investment, we also save the students money or the business plan money on spending on these small things, because if you take even a small cabin in Ahmedabad, it will not cost you less than 10 to 12,000 rupees, apart from other expenditure. So this way we support them for next 3 years, and usually they leave by 2 years or maybe 1 year also.
Okay. Another thing which comes to my mind, uh, like ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relation under the Ministry of External Affairs, they've got
Yeah.
various programs, and from the ASEAN countries, they get a lot of youth coming, visiting India, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, all that area. Now, when I look at Central Asia, day before yesterday, if you heard Ashok Sethi ji,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
very he's a very respectable person. He is taking care of the oldest newspaper of Northern India, the Tribune.
Yeah.
He comes from that family. So he's also a president for the rice. You made a mention during your talk. He's the
Yes.
president. He's the president for the Rice Millers Association. So what comes to my mind over here is, if we work out a kind of a collaboration, Central Asia youth can visit Northern India, and we bring them to Amritsar.
Yeah.
Let them see the city, beautiful Amritsar, whatever is there, and we bring them to Chandigarh, because
Mhm.
we want to make now Chandigarh as a hub, as a center apex for education, skills, wellness, and of course, when you talk about commerce hub, because there is no manufacturing, we cannot promote Chandigarh being a small city, but certainly we may not have an advantage of having the harbor of Singapore. But when we look at Singapore, if that small tapu, today Malaysia must be crying, why have we made them separate? Why have we allowed them to go? And what wonders they have done. So Chandigarh, we would like to make it as a center, the apex of the entire development process. And if we work out a strategy, student exchange, faculty exchange, research exchange, through Dr. Shilpi Mohan ma'am, some medical exchange, and something related to health and wellness services. And I may tell very politely in a humble way that 2016 campaign of International Yoga Day started from Chandigarh. The Honorable Prime Minister first time came to Chandigarh. It was here when it started. So I personally feel there is a lot which can be done together with your support, and all of us we can take, because ideas remain ideas unless they are not implemented.
Implementing. Very correct. Very correct. No, I would certainly look forward to such visits from Uzbekistan to India, and especially to Chandigarh and Punjab region. Because when we talk about India, there is I would say, very special curiosity among Uzbekistanis to visit India, see India, how they are doing, and learn about some of the products. Just two days back, when I was in my chamber, uh, one lady came through chairman's office, and she asked that my chairman office asked, can I meet here for 2-3 minutes? I said no, most welcome. So this lady wants to go to Surat to buy textile,
Wow.
and she has never visited any country outside Uzbekistan. She doesn't know English, she doesn't know Russian, she know only Uzbek. So her problem was that, but she has heard about Surat textile, and of course the diamond polishing part also she mentioned during the dialogue, through one of the interpreters, that how I can go to India and visit some textile producing industries. So through my EDII, we are helping her, and we said that you need at least one interpreter, who, or any person who can accompany you to India, who knows little bit of English. And you will be surprised, I mentioned yesterday that there are many students, many people in Uzbekistan who are learning Hindi in various university, including Lal Bahadur Shastri. So I said even Hindi will do, but at least English or Hindi must be. So she has never gone anywhere outside Uzbekistan, but she has heard about textile industry in Surat and the diamond polishing industry in Surat. So that is the curiosity they have to visit India. So I
We are
think that will be a great idea.
we are also planning to have North India Film Festival,
Oh, very nice.
and maybe we bring a synergy, because some old films, which we would like, which has been shot, or which has got a concern or a relevance with Northern India, we have already taken the consent yesterday with the advisor Chandigarh administration, and we are moving in that particular direction. Now I'll put a request to the Governor Punjab also, Himachal being next door, and this textile, the moment you made a mention, we can work out something for Ludhiana.
Yes, yes, yes.
A lot of people had been coming from Russia and they had been buying the stuff, taking the stuff, and so much had been moving from there. So I think we can work out some strategy. We can plan it out. And your 3 days, such a golden investment in this international conference in the North
My
India
pleasure.
Pravasi Divas. I think something I would request Dr. Shilpi Mohan ma'am now to propose the vote of thanks and to convey from your side the vision for Professor Saab.
Good evening, Dr. Gulshansharma and Dr. Professor Sanjeev Chaturvedi ji. I have a query, a very small query before I move ahead. Do you have any ongoing online entrepreneurship certification program for people like us? Because I consider myself an entrepreneur because I have my own cardiac setup in Hyderabad. But for our age group, do you have something where we can learn and do better in whatever we are doing?
When you say our age group, I consider still you are 25, 26. So don't say our age group.
Thank you so much.
I have to check, madam, that what programs we are running online. In fact, last year we started during COVID time only that the online programs. But I will check with EDII next week and I will send the details to you. There are many programs. There are 1 day program. There are 3 days program. There is 1 month program. There are 3 months program, which we regularly conduct for online participants and students. So I'll share the details with you most likely next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. So as Dr. Professor Sanjeev Chaturvedi has put out, I would like to bring everything in nutshell. The 3 legs of success of entrepreneurship, as he has brought out, is 3 years of incubation period for any success or failure of a startup, which is very well required. We cannot expect success of any entrepreneurship program or any entrepreneur to show his success in just 1 or 2 years. So 3-year incubation period is required. That is one thing which he has highlighted. And a group of common like-minded people, alumni or group, which can work together to support it, and an incubator to sustain it. And EDII is doing a great job, and Professor Dr. Sanjeev Chaturvedi is an iconic figure in this, and he has brought out all these things so well that anybody who wants to come from Central Asia to India or back, he will be the main link, and I would be there to do whatever I can do from Central Asia, Kyrgyzstan. So thank you so much, Dr. Professor Sanjeev Chaturvedi. On behalf of Team ICSI, on behalf of Dr. Gulshansharma, I would like extend a deepest felt gratitude to you. Despite your ill health and despite your post-vaccination status, for 3 days you have given such invaluable input. Deepest gratitude. And in one word, I would say whatever you have put out, small step and a big leap. That is the success for whatever we are doing and the path ahead. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Dr. Shilpi, and I must congratulate Colonel Sharma and especially you from Central Asia, and that this is one of the most wonderful conclave or summit I have attended, which is like a marathon for 33 hours in totality. I have never seen anything like this. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Credit goes to Dr. Gulshansharma ji. Total credit goes to him.
Yes.
At this age, how much energy level he has, he will just put us to shame, I tell you.
Colonel Sharma ji को अपना diet plan हम लोग को भी share करना चाहिए.
Sir, the best diet plan you have given me. You have promoted me from major to colonel.
Okay, anything. For civilian, everybody
So
is, and
today,
many congratulations on the Army Day today.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
yes,
I
yes.
forgot to. Yeah. Thank you,
तो
both of you.
ये जाते जाते शिल्पी जी ने कवर कर लिया। आपका
जी,
अगर कोई एक दिन का प्रोग्राम हो या 3 दिन का प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन वाला हो, we
जी,
would be
जी.
very keen. Our chamber can bring awareness about that, and we
Yes,
can partner in that. We can partner in that.
sure.
You know,
No, no.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I will share with you next week, both of you. No
Very kind
problem.
of you. Very kind of you. So, ladies and
Thank you,
gentlemen,
sir.
with that, we come to close the session for Dr. Sanjeev Chaturvedi ji with the folding hands from all the way to Uzbekistan. Such a pleasure. And I look forward that we should materialize something from Central Asia, should move in over here, and we should invite a delegation. We should get the people from there, let the children come, let teacher come, let some educator come. And of course, Dr. Shilpi ma'am, she should bring some medical people also over here. And we can work out a strategy accordingly, and we can take it forward, because all the resources and sources which are available in northern India, and of course, we have got a wonderful excuse, that is our film festival, which will be taking place. People can be invited from Central Asia. That is another area which comes to my mind very deeply. We can think about it. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for everything. Thank you very much for introducing me to Abhay Sinha also. It was wonderful. It was your efforts. I'm grateful to you. And the journey has moved on, that Mr. Talati, I knew the chairman, but DG, I wanted to, reach in a right way. And it is a beautiful synergy which we have developed with the Services Export Promotion Council now. Your efforts, for which I'm grateful to you, and my gratitudes to you. That is
My
something very
pleasure.
nice.
My
Thank you, sir.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.